Hi everyone, it's Mary coming to you with a special edition of 90 Day Oy Vey. Deavan spills the tea about Jihoon. Check it out, guys. So, you guys should remember Deavan from the first two seasons of 90 Day the Other Way. She went to South Korea to be with Jihoon. They got married there. She had lots of conflict with his parents. Her mom went over there. Her mom did not appreciate Jihoon, did not appreciate the way that he was taking care of their family, taking care of her granddaughter, Priscilla, taking care of their baby. She did not appreciate him at all. Their relationship blew up, and Deavan moved back to the States with her children and took her child with Jihoon with her. And their divorce turned messy, guys. Their divorce played out on Instagram. There was a GoFundMe set up by fans on the behalf of Jihoon so he could get a divorce attorney in the States. He was claiming that Deavan was keeping his child from him, and it was messy, messy, messy. So over Mother's Day weekend, Deavan announced that she was having her third child with her fiancé, Topher, also known as Christopher or Chris. So she posts this beautiful picture of her family announcing that she's having her third child, and congratulations, Deavan. So yesterday, she hopped on the gram and started spilling a little tea. Now she's officially divorced after almost a 2-year battle, and it turns out once Jihoon fired such attorney that he received from the GoFundMe, he just basically stepped back and didn't care. He didn't show up to anything. And when they finally made it to court, she was able to close that chapter of her life, and she will be speaking about it soon, guys. And she also says that it's in October, it will be 2 years since Jihoon has contacted his son. All the claims were false, that she actually set up webcam visits for Jihoon to visit his son during the divorce proceedings, and he never showed up for any of them. And that is part of the reason why she was awarded permanent custody. Deavan is team gender. I'm sorry, team neutral when it comes to the gender. Everyone is team girl, but she's team neutral gender. She is just happy as long as the baby's healthy. And once again, congratulations, Deavan, on your third child. So now, this is where she talks about a documentary that she's been working on. And I didn't know she was working on a documentary. So I decided to Google and see what I can find. And there's a trailer on her YouTube channel, guys. Check it out.
My name is Deavan Clegg, and I am the producer of Topher magazine.
Topher was started, I think, a little over 6 years ago. It started with just Chris coming with the idea of like, I want a new creative outlet. I'm thinking of starting this fashion magazine.
It started off as a lookbook. I really wanted to share like a complete look with the world. Like, this is how I like to style my clothes.
It's a fashion, entertainment, passion project put together by a group of individuals looking to have a creative outlet.
I was gonna forego this issue because there's just a lot more that I felt was more important than making an issue, but things changed.
While we're being canceled for taking care of the kids and trying to raise the kids and be a normal family, but we're the ones getting canceled because we're the ones who left an abusive relationship. We're the ones who left the abuse to come here to be safe. And I'm the one who's the single mother paying for everything.
Just frustrated. Today was a hard day.
Why was it a hard day?
She basically has PTSD from when we were in Korea.
And then he just screenshotted it and posted it and said that you aren't the only one with the legal team, pull up, clown face, laugh emoji.
Yeah, dude, no, he's a dick. This is a psychological war.
No, and she's screaming and she's saying someone was at my window. So when I went out there, nobody was there. But it's like, why would somebody just make this? Why would a child just make this up?
With Chris taking on 2 children that are coming from a situation of abuse, my biggest thing is happiness, because I know Chris is so loving and caring.
I have someone that I'm in love with, that I'm with because we love each other, not for any other reason. And it's someone who is kind to my children, who deeply care for my children, and that's all I ever wanted my children to have, was someone to love them as much as I do.
When you really get to know somebody and you see them in public, you could see almost their true colors. But with Deavan, you know, I saw her motherly love for her children, and you know, just how kind of a person she is with everybody.
I know deep down inside the true story. I know they're just normal people. They're my best friends. I try to just remind them at the end of the day, like, these people don't know you. They're just trying to get attention themselves. Like, don't let the hate get to you, and know that the people close to you really know the truth and are happy with where you're going.
So that's the trailer for Deavan's documentary coming soon. So Deavan wants her son to be adopted by her fiance. And basically, Jihoon's parents have not reached out to her at all to be in contact with their grandson, as Deavan continues to spill the tea on her stories. Now, this is where I find it interesting. Somebody asks her, why did you leave the dad? And this is her answer here is very interesting. And I'm going to read this. If you want me to be 100% honest, I don't think there was a romantic connection to begin with. We both felt this way and had talked about it several times. We did everything for the show because he had debts and I had medical bills to pay. When I moved there, we never slept in the same bed. We faked it for YouTube and the show. Once he became abusive, I made him stay at his parents'. I had planned to return home in March, and then COVID hit and my flight was canceled. We both had ended the relationship in November, but decided to finish the season. We both knew we had to continue filming. So basically, from my understanding, from my interpretation, Deavan is saying that her storyline with Jihoon was faked from the beginning. But they had a whole child together. So as you can see, she says that they were never alone. When he did come by, his cousin was there to supervise because his family was aware of the whole abusive situation. So now, this is where Deavan says it all went wrong. At the tea house scene. Now, this is where, you know, her mother was there and her mother confronted Deavan. Jihoon. So she says, tea house. It was done and over at that point. I was going to fly home with my mother, but we decided to at least film the wedding that was a month later. During that time, I found out about the pregnancy, but I thought you guys didn't have a romantic connection. I don't understand, Deavan. We decided to try and make it work. When I had the miscarriage, that's when him and I both knew it would never work. We flew back to America to film interviews. During that time, we broke up for good. The season wasn't finished, so we decided to finish the season. I'd stay in Korea until March to finish. And then she added on to the question about where it all went wrong. To add on to the question, I thought it was pretty obvious to the viewers that we didn't like each other. Girl, you're a good actress, because I didn't catch on until later on into the second season. Then I started thinking that you might have been faking it a bit. So someone calls her out and says, so your storyline was fake all along. This is why I'm done watching the show. So this is where Deavan spills the scalding hot tea. Some was fake, some was real. Season 1, 96% was fake. I wasn't seeking honor approval. When you saw us in Vegas, we were already married on paper. It wasn't either of our ideas to get married, but his parents insisted to make it work. We both thought we were doing the right things and feelings could happen later on. I never moved to Korea in season one. We planned a 7-day trip because filming insisted we had to film scenes in Korea because it's the other way. I was I was never going to move. We got casted for season two and agreed to stay in Korea for filming. As for his depth and crimes, I really didn't know and found out on camera. Season two, I would say 50-50. The drama was real. After the tea house, we were both in it just to get paid. We knew that if we didn't finish the season and spoke out, we didn't get paid because they don't pay you until the show is finished airing. Deavan, you just burned my mouth with that tea. So then she talks about the divorce, whether her son remembers his biological father. I mean, her son is only 3 years old. I don't think he will remember his biological father. So she's again expressed her desire for Topher to adopt both of her children. And she does not, she regrets season one. I'm sorry. She regrets season two, but not season one because it was a fun experience. So the season that was 96% fake, in her words, she does not regret doing. So once again, she says that the grandparents are not, she's not stopping them from seeing their grandson. They just haven't reached out. And she said she would establish a relationship with them if they wanted to reach out to establish a relationship with their grandchild. That she wouldn't stop them, but her children aren't missing anything because they have a great support system. So she says when her son is a proper age, that she would leave it up to him if he wants to have a relationship with his father, and she would never hide who her son's biological father is. She would, let him know, just the same way her mother told her about her biological father. And Jihoon has never paid child support. And this is another interesting question. Scalding hot tea from Deavan. Did the show ask you guys to do more seasons? They asked if I was willing to continue filming with him for happily ever after. This would be after production knew of the abuse. This is a huge reason why I severed ties and will never do the show again. Someone asked whether her son knows that Topher isn't his biological dad, and she says doesn't matter, which, it doesn't matter at this point because he's little, but later on in life, like Deavan said, she will, let him know about his biological dad the same way that her mom let her know about her biological dad. So another interesting thing about Deavan that I didn't know about until she shared this, and then I did a little research. She has an order of protection against Drusilla's father. And she put a link to her YouTube channel where she has a 45-minute video opening up about her abusive relationship. I listened to some of it. If you guys are interested, you could go check it out. That's why I put it up here. She talks about how she met him when she was 17. He was a friend of her tattoo artist. He was really nice in the beginning, really gentlemanlike, doing all the right things. And before she knew it, she was wrapped up in this emotionally, physically abusive relationship with him. And she was a young girl. Listen to her story. Drop a comment what you guys think. And so she has a protective order against Drusilla's father. She I don't know if she has a protective order against Jihoon, but she says that there was abuse there with Jihoon. So after she was done spilling all her tea, Deavan decides to wish a happy birthday to her friend Tiffany. So I kind of found this a weird way for her to just end things. She just spilled all this scalding hot tea, and then she ends it with a happy birthday to Tiffany. So happy birthday, Tiffany, from Kiki and Kibitz. Thank you for joining me, guys, for my special edition of 90 Day Oy Vey. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please check out our 90 Days Say What on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. West Coast time. And we'll have a lot more cast interviews coming up soon. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss them. And if all of this reality TV stuff is getting you all riled up and you need to relax a little bit, go check out Brianna's channel, Brianna's Nirvana. She has meditation videos, self-hypnosis, sleep stories to help you fall asleep at night. So go check it out, guys. Thank you for watching me. Have a good night, day, weekend, whenever you're listening to me. Bye.